Hello, nature lovers and creative enthusiasts. Welcome back to the journey of building your dreams. Do you believe a wooden house can be built from scratch? I will prove it right here on this pristine hillside. We will dig the foundation, saw the wood, and lay each rough stone. I will share little-known woodworking techniques. The final result is the dream vacation paradise you've always longed for. Don't look away. The journey to making your dream a reality begins. So, the foundation is complete. The next step is to build the house frame. The frame uses pine wood, a lightweight yet strong type of wood. I didn't use nails for the main load-bearing joints of the frame. Instead, I used the classic mortise and tenon joint technique. The wooden mortises allow the house to breathe and sway, slightly in strong winds and storms. The columns are erected vertically. If the columns are tilted, the entire roof structure will be twisted later. While building the frame, I utilized the surrounding soil to fill the foundation. The highlight of this house is the gracefully curved dome roof. Dome roofs withstand compression much better than flat roofs. It allows snow to slide off easily in winter, preventing the roof from collapsing. I cut the curved purlins with the handsaw, which required a lot of effort. But in return, its aesthetic beauty is unique. The roof is covered with sawn timber planks, stacked in a fish scale pattern. The protruding needs must be trimmed evenly, without any protrusions or recesses. A layer of black oil is applied to ensure absolute waterproofing against rainwater. Once the frame was complete, I moved on to the next crucial step, preparing the floor. Wooden floors are prone to termites and mold in this climate, so I decided to create an artistic crazy paving stone floor. First, I compacted the soil and spread a layer of sand as a cushion. This sand layer helps balance the stones and prevent them from breaking. I selected each slab of stone, testing them out as if playing a giant jigsaw puzzle. The largest stone was placed in the center, with smaller stones surrounding it to create a connection. I used a rubber mallet to gently tap the stones so they settled evenly into the mortar. Natural stone has a very high specific heat capacity thermal mass. It will absorb heat during the day and radiate warmth at night. Next, I began completing the windows, doors, and interior furnishings. As the first step, I started decorating the porch to create a focal point for the facade. Thin wooden planks were measured to curve along to roof arch, ensuring uniformity and aesthetics. The slats were installed densely and evenly, providing both sun protection and ventilation for the porch. When sunlight shines through, the porch creates a very soft shadow effect. This detail doesn't bear any load, but it determines almost the entire feel of the house. Once the porch roof was finished, the building began to take on a warmer, more vibrant look. I immediately set about completing the window system. I built the window frames myself using solid wood, which is extremely resistant to warping. I precisely measure each piece of wood to make the window frames. The pieces of wood were cut straight and the edges cleaned for a tight fit. I assembled the window frames on a table, carefully checking for right angles. Small metal hinges were installed beforehand to ensure smooth opening and closing. The completed window frames were fitted into the natural wood wall recesses. I adjusted every millimeter to prevent warping. Thin wooden strips were installed around, securing and covering the edges of the frames. Each completed window makes the house brighter and warmer. The final stage of installing the glass for the windows began with precise measurements of each window pane. The glass panels were carefully cut to the size of the prepared wooden frames. The glass was gently placed into the frames, and the fit was checked. Every corner was adjusted to prevent future wobbling. Natural light flooded in, brightening the interior space significantly. The main door was also fitted with glass in a similar way, ensuring a consistent aesthetic. The door handles and latches were completed, adding to the house's security. The wooden house in the forest was officially completed, rustic and warm. I used a long plank as a guide to lay the stones straight. This is the classic gravity-retaining wall technique. Flat slabs of stone are stacked on top of each other, locking firmly into the ground. Natural stone has a high coefficient of friction, making the wall strong. The grill floor was leveled. I laid a layer of fired red bricks as the grill floor to retain heat at the bottom. Red bricks withstand thermal shock better than natural stone and do not crack. To create the kiln's dome, I didn't use wooden formwork or sand molds. I used parabolic bent iron bars as a temporary support frame. The parabolic dome withstands compressive forces, best among architectural forms. It helps distribute the weight of the stones evenly down both sides of the kiln's base. Each stone was carefully selected to fit snugly into the iron frame. Flexible clay mortar was used to fill the gaps between the stones. The clay, when heated, ceramicized, forming a seamless block. After arranging the stones, I applied a thick layer of mud to completely cover the outside. This outer layer acts as a crucial insulation layer. It prevents heat from escaping from the kiln to the outside environment. Next up is crafting the furniture, a tea table and a lawn bench. I used the large, freshly harvested tree trunk to make the table and chairs. The first and most important step is stripping the bark. I used a drop knife to separate the bark from the trunk. Between the bark and the wood is the cambium layer, rich in sugar and resin. If not removed, this will be a breeding ground for termites and mold. Stripping the bark is much easier and the wood is fresh than when it's dry. Next, I cut the trunk into sections to make the table and chair legs. Since the legs will be buried directly in the ground, this treatment is crucial. I applied a thick layer of liquid bitumen to the underground parts of the wooden legs. Moist soil contains aerobic bacteria that decompose wood very quickly. The bitumen layer prevents capillary action, cutting off the water source that nourishes the decaying fungus. I dug deep foundation pits and firmly embedded the support pillars to create stability. After a period of hard work, I finally managed to firmly embed for table legs. So, from a barren, rocky land, it has now become a peaceful haven. Leaving behind the hustle and bustle of the city, we find tranquility in our souls. The rustling of the forest wind is now the most melodious music. Thank you for your patience in building this little dream with me. If you find peace, please subscribe to the channel to continue our journey. Goodbye, and see you again in future inspiring projects.